Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel news update. Riddick makes a wild prediction about Shedeur Sanders. While most fifth-round picks face an uphill battle for meaningful snaps, Shedeur Sanders finds himself in a unique position where starting Week 1 remains a legitimate possibility. Many analysts recently sparked debates by suggesting Sanders could realistically claim the starting role if given a fair opportunity during camp. The discussion gained traction on ESPN's Get Up, where former NFL player Riddick examined the Browns' crowded quarterback room. With Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel all competing for snaps, Sanders' path to the starting lineup depends largely on how Cleveland distributes preseason opportunities. The organization faces a critical decision about whether to conduct a truly open competition or lean on draft position and veteran experience. The conversation surrounding Sanders as a potential Week 1 starter challenges conventional draft wisdom. If Sanders had been selected in the first or second round, as many projected before the draft, few would question his readiness to start immediately. The entire debate centers on whether the Browns will conduct what Riddick termed an organic competition. For Sanders, that level playing field represents his clearest path to early playing time. In the world of football, bold predictions are as commonplace as fourth-quarter comebacks, but every so often one declaration cuts through the noise like a last-minute Hail Mary. This week, that thunderclap came courtesy of ESPN analyst and former NFL executive Riddick, who made headlines with a prediction that set sports talk shows ablaze in social media into a frenzy. Sitting across from a panel of skeptical analysts on a Tuesday morning edition of Get Up, Riddick leaned forward, eyes gleaming with conviction, and delivered his take with the gravity of a game-winning field goal attempt. Shedeur Sanders, Riddick said, pausing just long enough to build suspense, will not only be a first-round NFL draft pick, he'll be the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The studio fell silent for a heartbeat. Then came the wave of reactions, raised eyebrows, incredulous chuckles, and open-mouthed awe. Now this wasn't just a hot take thrown into the ether. Riddick backed up his claim with the meticulous reasoning of a scout who spent hours dissecting film. "Look at the mechanics," he said. "The poise, the leadership, the football IQ. Shedeur's got the tools, but more than that, he's got the mentality. He's been under pressure since he took his first collegiate snap, and he's risen every single time." Of course, it's impossible to discuss Shedeur Sanders without acknowledging the larger-than-life figure coaching him, his father, NFL Hall of Famer Dean Coach Prime Sanders. Together, it turned the Colorado Buffaloes from a struggling program into a cultural movement. Shedeur is the heartbeat of that transformation, a quarterback whose talent is matched only by his calm under fire. Still, the #1 pick. He's in the perfect storm, Riddick elaborated in a later segment. He's in an offensive system built to showcase his strengths. He's got the spotlight. He's got the story. And let's not forget, narratives matter. GMs don't just draft arms. They draft faces of franchises. And make no mistake, Shedeur is already that. He's got the charisma, the media savvy, the swagger, and perhaps most importantly, the resilience. The 2023 season saw him take a pounding behind a shaky offensive line, yet week after week he delivered, throwing for over 3,000 yards, racking up touchdowns, and carrying himself like a pro in the face of adversity. He's battle-tested, Riddick noted. You want a guy who can walk into a struggling NFL locker room and command respect on day one? That's Shedeur. Still, critics weren't sold. Some pointed to his footwork under pressure, others to his need for refinement against complex defensive schemes. But Riddick countered these concerns with calm defiance. Every quarterback coming out of college needs development. The difference is, Shedeur is aware of what he needs to fix. He's coachable. He watches film like a vet. That's what separates guys who flash from guys who last. In Boulder, the buzz only intensified. Local fans, already enamored with the Sanders family's revival of the Buffaloes, now had another banner to wave. Shedeur t-shirts flew off the shelves. NFL scouts booked early flights to fall games. And talk of a Heisman campaign, once seen as wishful thinking, began to gain traction. For Shedeur, though, the attention seemed to bounce off him like defenders in the pocket. When asked about Riddick's prediction in a post-practice media scrum, he smiled, shrugged, and said, "That's cool, but I've got work to do. I'm not focused on headlines. I'm focused on the next snap." That answer only fueled the fire. Confidence without arrogance, the kind of leadership NFL teams dream about, the kind that sells jerseys and steadies locker rooms. By November, as Shedeur racked up wins and highlight reels, the conversation shifted. What once sounded like fantasy now felt like foresight. Riddick's wild prediction didn't seem so wild anymore. Still, he remained measured. "I don't need to be right," Riddick said in a December interview. "I just need people to watch. Watch how he moves. Watch how he leads. The tape speaks for itself." And it did. In a season finale,